Hi, I'm Kristina Bergsten with the Animal Law Firm, where we are fighting for the underdog. Today I would like to talk to you about my cases and how it's never really about the dog. It always seems like it's about the dog. On the surface it's about the dog, huh, Maggie? But it's not actually usually about the dog. It's usually about ego. It's usually about mostly ego. It's usually just about two sides, like two personalities just are not getting along, and they are using an animal to get back at the other person. So dog barking violation statutes are some of the biggest examples of this. I have cases where people will literally go over to their neighbor's fence and make a bunch of noise, like hit the fence, rattle the fence to make the dogs bark, and then go inside and like report the dog barking to law enforcement, and then getting that person in trouble. They'll record it with their phone, like, see, there were, it's ridiculous. I've had people fighting over fence line positions before, and they'll, in order to try to get somebody to move, they will create barking violations or other sorts of violations. Pet custody disputes, a lot of times there's a lot of revenge. Sometimes it's not even revenge. Sometimes it's like somebody has a chip on their shoulder from a prior relationship where maybe they didn't get to keep the pet, and so in the current relationship they're like, well, I'm not doing I'm not getting screwed over like I did last time. I'm going to keep the pet this time. But there's a lot of revenge and hurt feelings there in pet custody disputes. Veterinary malpractice even isn't usually about the pet, at least for the insurance company. For the insurance company that's representing the veterinarian, it's about making sure that there is never any precedent that animals are more than just property, because then that exposes the insurance company to greater liability if the law actually reflects how people feel and treat their pets, which I think is just so ridiculous, because it's like, you make tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars off of people paying for their vet care, and then when something bad happens, it's like, oh no, it's just a pet. Well, then why are you charging me 20 grand, bruh? So what else? I mean, I have had course contract disputes. Again, that's also usually an ego thing. Like, somebody feels slighted because like, I've got the best, bloodline for this horse or whatever, a dog even. I've got the best bloodline. We've got the championships. Like, we're renowned. And then somebody does something to slight them in some way. Like, maybe it's just even a Facebook post, and all of a sudden, like, there's this huge lawsuit. So yeah, I mean, it's usually never really about the dog. It's usually some sort of weird human personality conflict that just happens to involve animal. Like, I got an emotional support chicken case, and that case, pure ego. Like, those poor chickens, they really have nothing to do with anything. It's just like, this guy who runs this HOA has just got like an ego the size of a mountain, and somebody didn't obey the HOA rules to a T, supposedly, allegedly, and now there's like this year-long lawsuit that has ensued, and it's just absolutely, like, he's never even met the chickens. Like, he lives across the street. He just says he can't see the coop. He couldn't identify it in a photo. Like, just absolute, it's just ego. It's just crazy. So a lot of times we joke in my office, like, oh, is this another dog adjacent case? It's like, yeah, it's dog adjacent. Obviously that doesn't, change our view of how we handle the case, because from our perspective, the animal's welfare is always at the center of the case, right? And we usually have to remind the opposing party, like, hey, this isn't just about you and your hurt ego. This is about these animals that you're trying to uproot and, not be living here anymore, or with this person. Like, this isn't just about you and your feelings. So yeah, we do everything we can to make sure that everybody's focused on what's in the best interest of the animal, even though that's not a legal standard. But yeah, a lot of times the cases have a lot of facts just beyond what's involved with the animal. You should see some of our complaints. They're very long. Yeah, I don't know. Just thought that would be a fun little tidbit for you guys in the new year. That's it for today, underdogs. Take care. Stay safe. See you next time.